Welcome into the Tubetown Rivalry Series and Covington Athletic Field here from the Elam Press Box. It's Chad Gatlin bringing you this game between the Covington Chargers and the Brighton Cardinals. Crosstown rivals, only about 7.5, 8 miles between these two schools, and a lot of history. Covington hasn't won this game since 2012, but when they did win this game in 2012, they went on to go to the 4A state championship game. They fell short in that, but did come in second in the state. Haven't won against Brighton since then. Since then, Covington has been moved down to 3A. Brighton has been moved down from 6A to 5A, but they've continued the rivalry series, and we're getting ready to get this started tonight. As you see, the captains there, and the honorary captain, Jackson Huey, the young man who found out that he had cancer just before the season started this year. He was due to be a freshman here at Covington High School and play football, and then a bump on his head that he noticed turned out to be a cancerous tumor. He underwent treatment and is still undergoing treatment and recovering from that, and he was made an honorary captain. You see him out there in that white number 1 jersey on the field with the Covington Chargers. In this game last year, Brighton won the game 31-13. That game was at Brighton. As I said, Covington hasn't won this game since 2012, and I'm joined now by my partner Andy Maness. And Andy, what do you look forward to most in this game? We've seen Munford. We haven't seen Covington yet. We've seen Covington this year. We haven't seen Brighton yet.
Well, obviously, getting to see Covington earlier this year, I look to see if they have the same struggles that they had against Munford. The struggles being their defensive line breaking down. And really, over the course of the game, we saw Munford kind of chip away at that defensive line with their run game. So you want to see if Brighton can kind of follow that attack plan and follow the way that Munford attacked that first game.
Absolutely, and we did see the Munford defense step up big and hold this Covington running game, which is the most dangerous part for this Covington team. And that's what Brighton's going to have to do tonight. They expect to see them stack the box and rely on their DBs in zone coverage. They're probably only going to drop 3 defensive backs and try to stack 8 men in the box against this heavy Covington rushing offense. Yeah, absolutely. Last week they spread it out a little bit a couple of times. Let Brock Lomax throw the ball a little bit. He went 5 of 7 for 157 yards and 3 passing touchdowns, the most he's had all year. And you don't typically see Covington open it up, but when they do, Lomax is accurate with that football. On the Brighton side of the ball, a couple of players that you need to watch. Number 2, the quarterback, Malik Jackson. Malik Jackson had a huge week last week, 7 of 13 for 174 yards and 3 passing touchdowns, and then he carried the ball 7 times for another 139 yards and another touchdown.
Yeah, it's not often at this level of high school football that you see kind of high. Obviously high school football, especially around this point, people like to keep it on the ground. And, you see 3 touchdowns on the stat sheet through the air, and you're like, that's incredible. So I'm very excited to see Malik Jackson here tonight as well.
Absolutely. Also ready to see Aaron Alston, the huge wide receiver, 200-pound wide receiver for Brighton. He's finally back at full health. He had 7 receptions for 126 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he's a huge part of this Cardinal offense as we get ready to kick this game off in the Tubetown Rivalry Series.
Covington coming out tonight in their home jerseys, double stripes.
And there's a flag on that play there, Andy. That's going to be on the kicking team for out of bounds, so they'll take the ball. They'll get to start at the 35 with this Brighton offense. We see the offense come out now. Brighton, we'll get to see them for the first time. Malik Jackson, the quarterback. Lance West, also a great weapon on this Brighton team. They're 1-2, but they haven't been at full strength until last week, and when they were, they put on a show. That handoff goes to Lance West up the middle and nowhere. He'll actually lose a yard on that one. Covington defensive line ready for that all the way. Now they'll line up for a 2nd and 11. Jackson remains in the shotgun. Jackson will keep it himself. He gets a block and runs it out to about the 43-yard line. And that'll be a gain of about 7. Ball at the 43 now. Malik Jackson with the keeper there. And now the ball will go to Jackson. No, it was a direct snap, excuse me. Direct snap there to number 21, Solomon Davis. We're having some technical difficulties right now trying to get Andy's mic back up and running as we bring you this action on the Tubetown Rivalry Series, Brighton versus Covington here in Covington, Tennessee. And Brighton will punt the ball here on 4th and 2. And Covington didn't put anybody back to receive, so Brighton will down the ball inside the 20. Decent punt. And now Covington's offense will come out and start from the 16. So as we see the defense come out for Brighton, they've got an outstanding defensive end, Cameron John. He is definitely someone to watch out for. He can get to the quarterback and he can get there fast on the end. For Covington, Brock Lomax, a prolific passing week last week. He drops back and hands the ball off. It goes to number 25, Cordarius Page. Cordarius Page with a little run there, and he's going to get about 4 yards out of that run. Looks like they'll mark it 3 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 7. Second and 7 now. Way for Covington. Brock Lomax again under center here for the Chargers. And that goes nowhere. Attempted run up the middle. Brighton sniffed it out all the way, so that's a run for 0. And that one was from Keyshawn Gant, the outstanding running back for Covington. He also had a huge week last week, as Andy said earlier.
Testing 1, 2.
I think we've got Andy back now.
All right. I think we may have me now. Sorry about that, folks. Should be good to go. Now 3rd and 4 coming up for the Chargers. Man in motion, running around the left side. And back to the original line of scrimmage. Excuse me, back to the line of scrimmage, rather, and that'll bring up 4th down. So both teams a little slow tonight, as our equipment is out of the gate. But all should be well and underhand now. Always kind of difficult to hop in there and midstream and not have your equipment work there. So good to go now, though. 4th down and 3 coming up with 8:20 left to play in the first. Special teams out on the field. Lomax will get this one away. Back deep to return is Alston. Alston will let this take a bounce in front of him, and it'll be down at the 32-yard line. So getting a second look now at the Brighton Cardinals and quarterback Malik Jackson.
I'm telling you right there with Alston, they took a chance. They kicked to him, and Brighton didn't have the blockers, so Alston backed off of it, but they're really taking a chance kicking to a guy like Alston. He's definitely got a motor.
Oh, and Alston, 6'3", looks like a typical wide receiver out there.
D1 schools already looking at Alston. He's already gotten at least one offer.
Jackson with the low snap off the turf, still on his feet, and still on his feet after another hit. He's across the 45-yard line.
That was West on the carry there. Lance West, he is absolutely an outstanding running back.
Off the turf, still on his feet, and still on his feet after another hit. He's across
for this Brighton Cardinal team. 15 yards on the carry right there.
Jackson again running here to the left. He's going to cross the 45-yard line. He's going to get out. Took a nasty spill here in front of the bench. Just kind of slipped on the turf there, but
that one's going to come back for a hold. There was a hold right at the line of scrimmage. And so that's going to put them back.
Take another look on the replay here. Jackson across the 50 there, and then didn't quite get a look at the hold. As Chad mentioned, that will back us up 5 yards, and we'll replay the down.
Watch here at a 1st and 15. Watch for Malik Jackson to throw to Aaron Alston. Now, not only is Aaron Alston his #1 receiver and the #1 receiver on this team, he's also cousins with Malik Jackson, the quarterback. They've known each other their whole lives. They've been playing this game.
4 wide receiver set for Jackson. Sends the running back in motion across the 45-yard line, and West.
Lance West, he gets the pitch there from Jackson. It was close to being a forward pass. Just a little pitch out there from Jackson.
Now he's all alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking to his left, fires it over. Again, it's West at the 50. Into enemy territory and down at the 45-yard line. Very close to the first down marker, but still a couple of yards to go. And that will bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Just about a 8-yard gain on that one. Just not quite enough to get there.
They'll say it's 3rd and 2 as Jackson lines up with West in the backfield, standing to his right. 4 wide receivers set. James Carson lined up on the near side. Jackson going to keep it himself, ran right into the defensive tackles of Covington. And that'll bring up 4th down, and it looks like Brighton again will send out their special teams unit to punt this one away. The ball spotted at the Covington 47-yard line.
And so both these teams standing tall on defense so far in this game in the early going, first quarter. Neither team allowing much up the middle. Brighton saw a little bit of success on the run, but the linebackers were quick to shut it down. I mean, on the pass. The linebackers were quick to shut it down once they got the ball in their hands.
Covington looked like they were playing a fake there. A low line drive kick. Brock Lomax will let that one roll all the way, but how about that punt placement inside the 10-yard line to be about the 6 or the 7. 14, don't have one here on our sheet, but
I think it's Connor Smith. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Connor Smith is the punter for Brighton. Trying to get confirmation on that, but that was an excellent punt.
It was.
Just over the top of the line and stopped inside the 10-yard line.
Well, with a low line drive punt like that, you also have the opportunity to hit an unsuspecting member of the defense. So could have capitalized on something there.
Absolutely.
Either way, the Chargers back deep inside their own territory. Lomax under center, sends a man in motion. Now he's going to roll out to his right, looking to throw deep down the far sideline at the 40.
Just overthrew his man.
Overthrew the intended wide receiver, Tyrese Winfrey.
And he just overthrew him. He had him, and he had a slight step on the defender. He would have had to battle for the ball, but definitely you see Coach Marty Wheeler coming out with that long ball to let him know, hey, you can't play a one-dimensional game against us. We're not afraid to sling it downfield. So a little bit of the head game Marty Wheeler is playing here because he knows Brighton's been preparing for that run all week.
Now Lomax taking a shot from his own end zone. That's always kind of a dangerous play call, especially on 1st and 10 from inside your own 10. But as you mentioned, they're trying to show Brighton they're not afraid to take a chance. They will take a timeout here, though. Their first of the first half. 5:45 left to play in the first quarter. We're still scoreless in Covington. Andy Banis and Chad Gatlin back here in Covington, where the Chargers and the Cardinals of Brighton still scoreless in the first quarter. 5:45 left to play in the first. Chargers have the football right now inside their own 10-yard line. Ball spotted on about the 6, maybe the 7. And it'll be 2nd and 10. And play resumes. Lomax under center with Gant in the backfield. Waiting to get the go-ahead from the official here. And I think they've got it and we're ready to go. 5 down linemen coming for the Cardinals. And they ran it up the middle, fooled everybody.
It is Gant. He's gone.
Gant trying
Caught
to
up with.
get past the defenders there.
What a run from Gant.
And what a fake. Had everybody faked out, even us.
45-yard run for Keyshawn Gant. A nice fake executed by Lomax. Even we thought Lomax had the ball. So did the Brighton defense. Gant was able to get into that second level.
A flag is going to erase that big run, a flag that we did not see.
Oh, you hate to see that.
That's going to be half the distance to the goal. Back it up even further, or back it up about a yard and a half, if you would. And we will replay the down.
My goodness, you certainly hate to see a run like that come back because of an undisciplined penalty.
So now it'll be 2nd down once again. Excuse me. Well, no, thought it might have been 3rd down, but it is 2nd down. Lomax under center, 1 wide receiver. Hands it off up the middle again, and this time they'll push the pile backwards. Looks like he might have got to the 10-yard line is where this near side official is marking it down.
And so they'll give Gant a 2-yard gain for that one. Gant showed how dangerous he could be had it not been for a penalty. But you've also got to give credit, Cameron Newman from Brighton, I believe it was, chased him. No, it was, well, I don't have him on my roster, but 26 is who it was that chased him down from Brighton. Was able to prevent him from going all the way. Of course, the play didn't count after that.
Lomax on play action, throwing over the middle, well over the head of his intended receiver, Benton Glass. And that was a missed opportunity for the Chargers as Glass had nobody in white around him. He would have had to put a little pep in his step to make it to the end zone, but it would have been a big 1st down play.
It sure was a missed opportunity, Andy. You said it right. Brock Lomax, usually super accurate with the ball. This time, he's overthrown 2 receivers. He's 0 for 2. Now they got a punt, but I'll tell you what this does do for Covington. It makes those linebackers back off from Brighton, and that's going to open up that running game, and you'll see Keyshawn Gant try to break another long one.
They're going to get called for roughing the punter here as they tried to get in there and block that punt from Brock Lomax, and they actually tackled Brock Lomax. So the Chargers will get the football back, and they'll have a little bit of space between themselves and their own end zone. Take another shot on the replay there.
That's just talking about undisciplined penalties. That's another undisciplined penalty. You know you can't hit the punter. And in a situation like that where you're going to get great field position and then you mess it up by roughing the punter, and you not only get a penalty, but you give them the ball back and breathe new life into this Covington offense.
Still scoreless with 4:33 to play in the first quarter. And now a new set of downs for the Covington Chargers. And Brock Lomax, he heads under center as Keyshawn Gant is in the backfield. One wide receiver here on the near side. There'll be a handoff running to the left. Oh, a shoestring tackle missed. Then they chase him down as he crosses the 50-yard line. And they do, but not before Codarius Page picks up a big gain on the ground.
28 yards for Page there on that carry. What a nice haul by him. Nicely executed. And one thing Lomax is doing well is executing his fakes and running them all the way out. Even when he's already handed the ball off, he still executes for the rest of the play to help draw the defense just out of position enough for his running backs to make something happen.
Lomax on play action. Finds his man at the 40-yard line. It's Gant. Gant down the near sideline, and nice tackle there by the feet by DeRobert Curry. Curry able to wrap his hands around Keyshawn Gant's leg, and he held on for dear life. Gant couldn't just shake free. Lomax rolling out. You see on the replay, finds Gant at the 40. Right there, there's the tackle.
And that's that accuracy we usually see out of Lomax. Got maybe a little bit of the jitters out early, overthrowing a couple of receivers, but and of course that's an underneath route, not an over-the-top route, but he's able to hit that one right on the head and pick up a 17-yard gain.
Winfrey lined up at wide receiver here on the near side. Page goes in motion, but it's a handoff to Gant. Gant shakes off one tackler, tries to run over another, brought down at about the 23-yard line, and picked up about 9 yards on that first down carry, making it second and short. And again, Gant, you just see how explosive he is. A couple of back-to-back plays here for Gant, and with the help of Codarius Page, now the Chargers threatening to get into red zone territory for the first time tonight. One wide receiver set. Again, it's Winfrey here on the near side. Two backs in the backfield. Gant turns around, hands it to, Lomax rather, turns around and hands it to Gant. Gant is able to pick up the first down, and now they're inside the 20-yard line, down at about the 18.
We've seen a lot of balance from this Covington offense so far. It's been refreshing to watch them mix it up in their play calling. Coach Marty Wheeler here definitely keeping the Brighton defense on their toes and now threatening to score.
Trying to avenge last year's loss against the Cardinals. That game 31-13. Still scoreless here tonight in 2017. Handoff running to the right with Page. Page with blockers out ahead of him. Can he make it to the pylon? Couldn't quite make it, brought down just short of the goal line at about the 3, maybe the 4-yard line. And take another look at the replay here as Page just does an excellent job of following his blockers. And trying to see who that was in there. Eli Patrick was the pulling guard there.
A little bit of a stiff arm, and he's able to hold Aaron Alston at bay. We've got a player down from Brighton on the field right now.
Yeah, it happened right around where the line of scrimmage was. So with 2:26 left to play in the first quarter, it's Covington football. We'll take a quick break and be back with more football here on the Tubetown Rivalry Series.
My late friend James Gandolfini and I got to know a lot of combat vets over the years when we were in Iraq and in Afghanistan. And it guts me to know that 22 of you are taking your own lives every day. Yeah, I play tough guys in the movies. But yous are the real tough guys. And the toughest thing to do sometimes is look for help. I want you to know, reaching out is an act of strength. And our friends at Wounded Warrior Project are here to help. You don't have to go it alone.
Tubetown Rivalry Series, Covington and Brighton still scoreless in the first quarter. 2:23 left to play here in the first, and Covington threatening to get tonight's first score. First and goal coming up for Brock Lomax. It'll be Gant and Page in the backfield, respectively. Turn around, hand off to Gant. Gant will ease his way into the end zone for the first 6 points of the night. And that was all too easy for the Chargers right there on 1st and goal from 3 yards out with 2 explosive backs behind Brock Lomax. And you see how easy it was.
Andy,
Great job on the offensive line.
When you've got a rushing offense like Covington does, and you're only 2 yards away from the end zone, I mean, that's what they do. And so that's what they're the best at. They're going to punch it in almost every time. If you're Brighton, you just can't allow them to get that close to the end zone, because you're not going to be able, even if you can stack enough men in the box, they're able to gain a couple of yards on every run.
Extra point is up, and it is good, and the Covington Chargers out to a 7-0 lead over their rival, the Brighton Cardinals. 2:04 left to play here in the first quarter.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
And Chad Gatlin back here with you in Covington, where the Chargers out to a 7-0 lead over the Brighton Cardinals. 2:04 left to play in the first quarter. A 3-yard rush from Keyshawn Gant strikes first blood tonight, and the extra point was good. So now Covington getting ready to boot this away. And again, Aaron Alston back deep to return this one.
Watch for Lance West as well, though. He's dropped back there in a position where he can make the catch if it's too far away from Alston. They'd rather Alston carry it, but they're not afraid to let West run it.
So there's the kick. Again, it's an angled kick. It'll be caught at about the 30-yard line. Running back to the middle of the field. Trying to find some space and find an edge on the far side, and they couldn't do it. They chased him down, and I think that was Winfrey.
That's a terrible decision by Lance West there. He should have let the kick go out of bounds. You see there, he catches it on the sideline while it's still in the air. It would have almost definitely gone out of bounds. He doesn't gain any yards because instead of trying to run forward, he tries to run across the field. So he sprints for about 25 yards and no gain.
So now here come the Cardinals out on the field, and actually a penalty on Brighton. So we missed that flag, and so they'll back it up from there, and I think they're going to be inside the 20 now is where they've got the ball spotted. At about the 18, it looks like. They'll call it the 17, but 1st and 10 for Malik Jackson with a 4 wide receiver set. Alston lined up on the far side. 3 set up on the near side, and handoff is running to the left. Somehow the back made his way between the tackle and the guard. That gap closed quickly, but not before West was able to pick up about 2 yards on that first down carry. It'll be 2nd and 8. That Covington defense swarmed to the ball that time. Again, 3 wide receiver set. And again, it's West on the handoff up the middle. Through traffic, hurdles over one defender and right into the arms of another, just shy of the 40-yard line. And that was a great open field tackle by Quentin Booker, but check out Lance West. The speed through the gap up the middle, hurdles one defender, and then bam, there's the big hit by Quentin Booker. But how about that first down carry for the Cardinals? Moving the chains now, 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the Brighton 40-yard line. Rearranged now.
Nice little 18-yard sprint there by Lance West. You see him.
Now play action, wide receiver screen out to Alston, and Alston, it looked like he was a little slow to react to that football coming out. Let it go right through his hands.
He had it there. Lee Jackson had to dump it off quickly. It looked like Alston just wasn't ready to catch the ball.
And most of the time on a screen pass, the quarterback does have to let it fly pretty quickly, but as you just mentioned, Alston just wasn't ready for it, didn't see it. 55 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Tight end shifts now on the line. 3 wide receiver set. Handoff goes to West. West running to his right will be brought down in the middle of the field, just shy of the Covington Charger logo at midfield. Now with 40 seconds remaining here in the giving direction. And Cardinals having a hard time getting lined up here. Everybody lined up in tight. Alston goes in motion. He'll get the handoff. Following his blockers, he cuts up to the middle of the field across the 50. Now the 45, 40, and brought down from behind, but a flag came flying in late. Caleb Palmer, the Charger, on the tackle.
I think that's going to be a face mask.
They're going to say holding against the Cardinals.
Oh my goodness. I really thought there at the end, it looked like there was a face mask. If you watch here, see Austin come around and he'll meet the tackler right at this point. And I thought right there, oh, but you see his hand just bounced off of his helmet. It wasn't a face mask, so there was a hold somewhere I didn't see.
Well, they say there's holding on every play, but I don't know if I saw it there. Maybe not on the replay, but it happened after the first down gain, so it'll be 1st and 10. Pass play over the middle. Caught just shy of the 40-yard line, picking up about 6 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 6. And that will also bring the end of the first quarter. So we'll flip ends and we'll come back with the second quarter of action from Covington. The Chargers down on top as we head to the second, 7-0 over the Brighton Cardinals.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
We welcome you back to the second quarter of action between Covington and Brighton here in the Tubetown Rivalry Series. Andy Manus and Chad Gatlin here with you, ready to start the second quarter. Covington with a opportunity to stop Brighton moments ago on 3rd down, and a run from Aaron Alston, and was able to move the chains. A holding penalty was called on the Cardinals, but not before Alston was able to pick up a 1st down, and now they've got it 2nd and about 5, maybe 6 to go here. Into Charger territory, shotgun formation, a handoff to Lance West. Jukes one defender, tried to juke back right, and he swarmed as the Chargers are playing great defense up front tonight so far. They've allowed a few big runs from the elusive Lance West, but right here they bottle him up pretty well. He's able to pick up 3 yards on 2nd down, bringing up 3rd and 2. And now West will line up to the right of Malik Jackson. 3 wide receiver set. Alston lined up here on the near side. That's 6'3" frame of his. Oh, and I think Jackson was able to draw the Chargers off sides there. If so, that's a 1st down.
A little bit of a hard count, and it will be a 1st down. You see the Covington players already moving, so they'll get the 1st down there. Nicely done by Jackson.
Got an opportunity to tie this one up here. They're inching closer. Now 1st and 10 from inside the 35-yard line of Covington. West will come out and line up to the right of Jackson. Jackson checks his armband for the play. Low snap. Jackson can't find it. He's smothered by the defense. Ball is still loose, and the Chargers say they've got it, and they do. Jackson was trying to find the football and pick it up instead of just falling on it. He fell on it after he was hit right there and jarred loose. A great job by number 22 come flying in there. We've got no 22 on our roster, but credit to the man in purple who laid the big hit on Jackson and fell on top of the football. Costly turnover for the Cardinals, and with 11:08 left to play here at the start of the second quarter. The Chargers will get the football back. Page running to his left, able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but not really much more than that. Should bring up 2nd and 10. So Brighton trying to mix up their play calling just a little bit. So is Covington. Covington, the only ones able to find the end zone thus far, but they've been methodical about it. Winfrey lined up here on the near side. 2 backs in the backfield. It's Page. And it's going to be a handoff to the tight end, Benton Glass. Little triple option there with Glass lined up on the right side of the formation, coming in to the left after the fake. There you see the fake. And there's Glass coming in from that right side and right up the middle. Everybody was looking for that sweep play out to the right.
And then he just had to delay. He held on to it and handed it off to Glass. And Glass had a clear path to get the 14-yard gain and first down.
Great misdirection there. Glass lined up on the right side this time. Handoff goes to Gant. Gant running to his left. Falls down over the top of one of his blockers at about the 43-yard line. That should bring up 2nd and about 6.
Gant running it up the middle, still trying to soften up that Brighton defense, but we've seen that's a tougher task than getting it to the edge.
For the most part, the Cardinals have come out with 7, 8 guys in the box every single time, but you see it again. They've got 10 guys in the box here. Run up the middle, and the Chargers are still kind of putting the football where they want to put it and running, finding their gaps that they want to find. Offensive line doing a good job paving the way tonight. Thus far into the second quarter, 9:14 remaining after that second down play, a gain of about 4. That'll bring up 3rd, and we'll call it 3.
This is what Covington wants to be able to do. They've gotten ahead on the scoreboard. They just want to control the clock and control the pace of the game with their running game.
3 down linemen with backs coming around the edge. Handoff run to Gant, and Gant running to his right, decided to spin back left off of one of his blockers and spun right into the waiting arms of a defender. He'll be driven backwards just a bit. He's able to pick up a couple, but now 4th down coming up. They're going to keep the offense out there, and they're going to go for it here on 4th down at the Brighton 39-yard line. We'll call it the 38-yard line, actually.
Watch here, Andy, because Brock Lomax, not only their quarterback, he's also their punter, so if he doesn't see something, he could drop back and punt, although it does look like he's getting ready to hand it off.
That's right. Handoff goes to Page. Page running to his left, following his blockers, and he's going to get down inside the 30-yard line. They'll call him at about the 26, moving the chains on 4th down. A great run, this time from Cordarius Page.
Nice little scamper from Page there. He's able to shed a couple of tacklers and keep moving the ball. And this is what Covington does. If you don't control this run game at the line of scrimmage, then they're going to pick up those chunks of yards each and every time.
So now 1st and 10. Glass will go in motion. Lomax looking to hand it off, gets it to Page. Page will stutter step to the line of scrimmage and pick up maybe a yard and a half. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They're inching near the red zone once again. They've been down there and have scored on their first and only trip. About 6 yards away from entering the red zone once again.
Look here, 2nd and long. They haven't thrown the ball this series. Watch now, they've got a wide out left. Let's see if Lomax throws it.
Winfrey here on the near side. They're going to hand it off with Gant, and Gant tripped up right at the line of scrimmage, brought down. And that was a good little tackle as the defensive end or the defensive tackle was able to shake off the blocker and get right to Keyshawn Gant. Now inside of 7 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Chargers. Let's see if they want to throw it. As Chad mentioned, they have not gone to the air here on this drive. We'll see if they want to dial something up here. It's Tyrese Winfrey, the senior wide receiver, out here on the near side. Glass is lined up on the left, and I think Lomax got him in the neutral zone.
A little hard count of his own. Then he gets encroachment on the defense. It opens up the playbook now because they're able to make it 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 10.
I think that might have been Amiri Allen who jumped into the neutral zone. Chad mentioned 3rd and 5 coming up. Winfrey again lined up here on the near side, as is Glass. Handoff's going to Page on the left. Page lowering his shoulder, pushing a blocker forward. Gets down to about the 20-yard line. Saw a lot of legs flying there at the end of that play. That'll bring up 4th down, as Page was only able to pick up 1 yard.
And now we once again see them in this position, but they have to view it as 4-down territory right here.
Absolutely, it's a bit too far for your kicker to make it, and it's not enough room for your punter to work with there. So 4th down coming up once again on this drive for the Chargers. Turn around, pitch out to Page. Page with some running room to work with, the 15-yard line, pushing the pile forward down to the 10. How about Cordarius Page on the sweep to the left? Take another look at the replay. Watch how he just finds his blockers and follows them, follows the lanes that they create for him. A great job by the Chargers offensive line. Tucker Chumley, the left guard, leading the way that time.
And you see Tucker Chumley, not big in terms of an offensive lineman, but definitely skilled in being able to get on his block, and that's what freed up Page.
Of course, you got Tyrese Tolliver on the right side, big 6'2", 270. He's playing right tackle, and we got a timeout. Don't know if the Chargers called that or not. I believe they did, so that's their first of the second half. We'll take a timeout with them. They lead this one 7-0 with 5:10 left to play in the second quarter. You're watching it right here on the Tubetown Rivalry Series.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Andy Maness and Chad Gatlin back here with you in Covington. The Chargers on top of the Brighton Cardinals, 7-0, still in the second quarter, about 5:10 left to play here in the first half, and the Chargers are threatening in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal. On the 10-yard line, they'll send Winfrey out to the far side. Lomax with Gant and Page in the backfield. Glass lined up on the left. They're going to fake the handoff to Page. Toss it over the middle at the goal line. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown. Wow. Brock Lomax to Darius Griggs on the play fake. And the Chargers with another 6 points in the end zone.
And Brock Lomax with a man in his face. And definitely a little bit of a misholding call there.
Yeah, a little bit there at the end.
But nonetheless, touchdown for Lomax. Now he's 2 for 4 for 27 yards and a touchdown.
There's Robin Jacobs probably not too happy about that. Alex Cook with the extra point, and that was no good with 4:55 left to play in the second quarter.
My late friend James Gandolfini and I got to know a lot of combat vets over the years when we were in Iraq and Afghanistan. And it guts me to know that 22 of you are taking your own lives every day. Yeah, I play tough guys in the movies, but yous are the real tough guys. And the toughest thing to do sometimes is look for help. I want you to know, reaching out is an act of strength. And our friends at Wounded Warrior Project are here to help. You don't have to go it alone.
We welcome you back to the Tubetown Rivalry Series. Andy Maness and Chad Gatlin here with you. 4:55 left to play in the second quarter. 13-0 is your score. Brock Lomax connecting to Ladarius Griggs on a 10-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was no good. And again, the score 13-0 Covington over Brighton. The Cardinals getting ready to receive this kickoff. And they still got some time left to work with here in the first half. But they're going to have to get to work quickly with 2 timeouts. Excuse me, they've got all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
They definitely need to get on the board before the first half is out to get a little bit of momentum going in the locker room. Now there's going to be a delay of game on the offense, on the kicking team rather. I think they're going to call a delay of game on Covington. They are
indeed.
So they'll step it back. Covington will now kick it from the 35.
And there is a correction. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. So Brighton catching a little bit of a break there. We'll see how deep that Alex Cook wants to kick this one off. He's been kind of kicking at an angle here. This time it's going to be a short onside kick. Brighton touched it. Scoop it at the 35-yard line. Now the 40, the 45. Only the kicker left to beat. And wrangled down and out of bounds. Actually, Quentin Booker, the saving grace that time for the Covington Chargers.
And that's about a 35-yard kick return from Lance West, picking it up on the hop.
I'll watch him field this one up like a shortstop. Right there, as Chad mentioned, on the hop. How about that change of direction right there? Just cut on a dime to go upfield, and now the Cardinals with it at about the 33-yard line of Covington.
Great field position here. They got to make something happen with it.
And Jackson fumbles it. Ball on the ground. He's still running with it, though. After he's able to pick it up, he's going to pick up at least 4 yards. He was able to gain positive yardage out of that. Is amazing.
But one thing to pay attention to here, Andy, that's another snap mishandled by Malik Jackson.
I don't wonder if he's got a little bit of jitters right now. Second and about 6 coming up. 3 wide receiver set. Alston lined up here on the near side. They're setting up a screen for him. And how about that? It absolutely did not fool Quentin Booker. And somebody might have missed a block on him because Booker came in untouched. A straight beeline for Alston as soon as he saw the play. And I saw him lined up in the slot and thought that might have been what they were looking for, but apparently Covington saw it before I did. Jackson now 3rd and 10. He's all alone in the backfield. Alston lined up here on the near side. He's going to run a slant, but Jackson's looking the other way, throwing it deep down the field. Picked off right at the 5-yard line, going back the other way. It's Brock Lomax running down the far sideline. He's going to play back out on the field with a 13-0 lead.
Brock Lomax, the quarterback for Covington, playing at free safety. And he is tracking that ball all the way, comes over the top for safety help and grabs that interception, and then gets a good run back on the interception. Plenty of space between him and a late hit penalty as well.
Well, they're going to call a block in the back actually on the Chargers. So obviously that foul occurs after the interception, but the second turnover in a row for the Brighton Cardinals means good news for the Covington Chargers here tonight.
And while that was a great pick from Lomax and a great way to come over the top and help, Jackson maybe should have looked at the underneath route before he decided to go up top. He telegraphed that pass a little bit.
He absolutely did. As you mentioned, Lomax had his eyes on that football the entire time, pretty much just playing center field with it. Now he's under center with Winfrey on the far side. He's going to hand it off to Glass. Glass lowering his shoulder and running with it. And the big tight end Benton Glass is able to pick up some nice yardage. He's a senior for the Chargers, and boy, he is listed at 195. That's a
load.
Big truck to run into there. Second and 9 coming up, or excuse me, 2nd and 1 coming up after the 9-yard run. Yeah, 6'1", 195 in there at tight end, and when you hand him the football, he's carrying all of it. A little triple option. Run up the middle that time from Keyshawn Gant. Not enough to pick up the first down. The Cardinals will stop him short. It'll be 3rd and about a yard to go.
And there is now
Sure, they'll say first down.
that was
Little miscommunication there from the chain gang over there on the far sideline, and got it sorted out now. 1st and 10 for Covington. Under 2:40 left to play. Chargers have had the football for a long time here in this second quarter. Hand off to Page in the backfield, but that's Alston. I beg your pardon, that's we actually don't have him on our roster either. We'll say James Carson was the one in there on the tackle.
Page ended up losing 2 yards on that run.
So 2:02 left to play here in the first half, a 13-0 lead for the Chargers. And if I'm not mistaken, they're going to get the ball first after the halftime break as well.
All the momentum right now with the Covington Chargers.
10 men in the box. Page running out to his right. Couple of blockers ahead of him. Stutter step. He's across the original line of scrimmage. He'll pick up about 3 on the ground, bringing up 3rd and about 9 with $1:35 left to play here in the second quarter.
And the mistake Page makes here is instead of cutting inside of his blocker, he tries to go the outside. The lane was open to the inside, and he could have picked up another 5 yards maybe out of that run had he just cut it in. If you watch right here on the replay, you see him take the handoff. Now he's got a blocker right here in front of him, and if he cuts inside, 62 is able to make that block, and he's able to get ahead. But instead he tries to take it to the outside and gets tackled.
Chargers have had the football here in the second quarter for nearly 9 minutes. Lomax throwing over the middle into traffic, picked off right at the 46-yard line, and Aaron Alston gets it back for the Brighton Cardinals. Lomax just threw that one up into traffic, well short of his.
That was ill-advised. There were 3 Brighton jerseys and 1 Covington jersey somewhere in there that he decided long before he ever raised his arm where he was going to throw the ball, and the defense was all over it.
So now back-to-back interceptions. Brighton with an opportunity to score before they go into the locker room. Under a minute left to play here in the first half from the Brighton 46-yard line.
Got to try to hit some out routes here and get some yardage.
And it's a screen to Alston. Alston, almost a face mask there. No flags come flying in, but Alston, as he was falling forward, had his helmet hit by one of the defenders. And only good for a yard is that screen pass, bringing up 2nd and 9. Now 35 seconds left to play here in the first half. 2 timeouts remaining for the Cardinals, and they're just taking their time. Jackson all alone in the backfield, 4 wide receivers. Covington only bringing 4 men. Deep pass down the near sideline. Alston with a step on his man, and it looked like Alston just kind of gave up on it. It looked like he might have lost it in the, maybe in the lights there, but he looked like he gave up before it hit the ground.
It does look like that, but it was also overthrown. I don't think Alston had a chance in it. It was overthrown by the left-handed quarterback, Lee Jackson there. He had to loft it, and he had to throw it past the defender, but it's just a little too much on it.
That does stop the clock, bringing up 3rd and 9. 17 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. West in the backfield next to Jackson. Jackson looking to throw again. It's a screen pass. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down with 11.8 seconds left to play. Time for perhaps one more shot towards the end zone for the Cardinals, and actually it looks like they're going to bring on their special teams unit and punt it away, and we'll see if Covington wants to take a knee.
That's all you can do right here. And you just have to get in the locker room and make some adjustments at halftime right now. You don't want to give Covington the ball on their side of the field. Right now you just want to get in the locker room and talk about what's going wrong and try to fix it if you're Brighton.
Low snap. Got it away, low line drive punt. It'll take a Cardinal roll inside the 15-yard line and 2 seconds remaining. They'll stop the clock with 1.2 to play here in the first half.
Well-placed punting from Brighton in this game. I will say that. That one almost blocked by Octavius Lewis. The defensive tackle comes in. He's a 6'2", 280-pound senior, and scary for a punter to be facing that coming at him. But they get the punt away and manage to pin him inside the 15, and most likely just see him take a knee right here.
Yeah, no sense in risking anything here at the end of the half. And they'll get the football back exactly where I think Coach Marty Wheeler wants to be here at the end of 2 quarters, up by 13 as they head into the locker room. And got the safety man back deep in case of a botched snap, but Lomax will take it cleanly, take the knee, and both teams again headed to the locker room. 13-0 is your score. Covington leading Brighton after 2 quarters. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have some halftime stats for you and break down that first half of play between the Chargers and the Cardinals. Back with more in the Tubetown Rivalry Series of this.
Every 8 minutes, the American Red Cross provides a place to stay, financial assistance, and hope. Help now.
Stay in the game with the Ritter Communications Triple Play. Catch all the action with Ritter Digital TV. Tons of sports channels, plus DVR to watch games on your schedule. Track your teams and check out video highlights with mega fast internet speeds up to 100 meg. RitterCommunications.com today for Ritter Triple Play.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time and watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings. Set parental control app. The best part,
passing so far from Brighton, and they want to get it done through the air, but they just haven't been able to. A lot of pressure from that defensive line, and doing a lot of fakes, and early that backed Brighton off and confused them. They weren't expecting to see that out of Covington, and that's what's opened it up in the middle for Page and Gant to get the yards they've gotten and march it down and get those touchdowns.
Yeah, and I think Covington is going to continue to try to chip away at that Brighton defensive line. We'll have to see what's in store for the Cardinals when we come back for the second half. We're going to take another quick break here at halftime. Again, the Covington Chargers leading the Brighton Cardinals after the first 2 quarters, 13-0.
Every 8 minutes, the American Red Cross provides a place to stay, financial assistance, and hope. Help now.
Stay in the game with the Ritter Communications Triple Play. Catch all the action with Ritter Digital TV. Tons of sports channels, plus DVR to watch games on your schedule. Track your teams and check out video highlights with mega fast internet speeds up to 100 meg. Plus, talk sports all you want with Ritter Phone with unlimited local and long distance calling. Get the winning combination. Call or visit RitterCommunications.com today for Ritter Triple Play.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Is when we were in Iraq and in Afghanistan. And it guts me to know that 22 of you are taking your own lives every day. Yeah, I play tough guys in the movies, but yous are the real tough guys. And the toughest thing to do sometimes is look for help. I want you to know, reaching out is an act of strength. And our friends at Wounded Warrior Project are here to help. You don't have to go it alone.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Welcome back to the Tubetown Rivalry Series. Andy Maness and Chad Gatlin here with you, and it's halftime between the Covington Chargers and the Brighton Cardinals. Covington leading this one 13-0 after the first 2 quarters. And you take a look at some of the team stats from the first half. 117 rushing yards on the ground for the Covington Chargers, 27 passing yards. So obviously they're leaning more on their ground game than they are through the air. But as we've mentioned throughout the course of this game, mixing it up has seemed to keep the Brighton Cardinals a little off balance. They don't really know what to expect out of this Charger offense. On the other side of the football, the Cardinals are having their own struggles. We've seen Malik Jackson take a few low snaps tonight. They've also got 2 turnovers, an interception, and a fumble. They're just having a hard time getting anything going. 64 rushing yards and only 12 passing yards, so a total of 76 through the first 2 quarters.
And it's just amazing what this defense has been able to do for Covington against this Brighton team. A potent offense, a guy who's a D1 receiver in Aaron Alston. They've held him in check. That Malik Jackson, the left-handed quarterback that's got all the speed on the edge, they've been able to hold him in check as well. As a matter of fact, Jackson has more yards rushing than he has. No, actually, he has 1 more yard passing than he has rushing. He has 11 yards passing and 12 yards rushing. Not typical of what you see of Malik Jackson, especially when he has his #1 receiver, Aaron Alston. So Brighton definitely going to try to make some halftime adjustments here. Covington just going to try to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to keep pounding the ball. We saw it on the last drive. They didn't throw the ball at all. They kept it on the ground, and as long as they're getting 3-4 yards a carry, they're going to keep doing that.
Well, and you talk about Malik Jackson and Aaron Alston. This is probably an especially disappointing first half for both of them, especially considering the stats that they were able to put in the books last week. I mean, Malik Jackson coming off of 174 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and also carrying the ball 7 times for 139 yards and a score. And then you look at Alston's numbers, 7 catches for 126 yards and 2 scores. So again, I think both of those players not where they want to be here through the first 2 quarters. Still, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to give some score updates from around the area. Of course, we're 13-0. Covington leads here at the half, but also in the area, Haywood leads Briarcrest 21-14. Munford leads First Assembly Christian 21-17. Munford still undefeated. We were with them their first 2 games of the season, and they're still undefeated, and they lead First Assembly Christian right now. Fayette Ware leads Manassas 12-8. Arlington trails Southwind right now 28-13. Dyersburg is over the top of Millington 15-0, and Bolton trails Houston 41-0 at halftime. Tipton Rosemark 14-0 over Greenfield, still in the first quarter there, and Ripley and Dyer County are tied at 7 apiece, and that one's in the second quarter.
We'll talk a little bit more about some of the scores when we come back from another break here in Covington. Again, the Chargers leading the Cardinals of Brighton 13-0 here on the Tubetown Rivalry Series.
We're gonna be okay, sweetheart. It's gonna be okay, sweetheart. We're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Every 8 minutes, the American Red Cross provides a place to stay, financial assistance, and hope. Help now.
Stay in the game with the Ritter Communications Triple Play. Catch all the action with Ritter Digital TV. Tons of sports channels plus DVR to watch games on your schedule. Track your teams and check out video highlights with mega fast internet speeds up to 100 meg. Plus talk sports all you want with Ritter Phone with unlimited local and long distance calling. Get the winning combination. Call or visit RitterCommunications.com today for Ritter Triple Play.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party. And if you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
My late friend James Gandolfini and I got to know a lot of combat vets over the years when we were in Iraq and Afghanistan. And it guts me to know that 22 of yous are taking your own lives every day. Yeah, I play tough guys in the movies, but yous are the real tough guys. And the toughest thing to do sometimes is look for help. I want you to know, reaching out is an act of strength. And our friends at Wonder Warrior Project are here to help. You don't have to go it alone.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Andy Manus and Chad Gatlin back here with you at Covington, where the Covington Chargers lead the Brighton Cardinals 13-0 after the first 2 quarters. Still getting set for the third quarter of action. Both teams have made their way back out onto the field and are beginning their halftime stretches, and the Covington Charger band still out at center field getting ready to perform their halftime performance. Chad, you were going over some scores just a moment ago. If you don't mind maybe running back through those once again.
Absolutely. Also, you've got a couple of scores that come in from across the river, our friends over in Arkansas. The scores here in West Tennessee, Haywood leads Briarcrest Christian at the half, 21-14. Haywood yet to lose a game. Munford also yet to lose a game, 28-17 over First Assembly Christian right now. They've already started the third quarter in that one. Fayette Ware leads Manassas barely, though, 12-8, and that one's at the half. Arlington also at the half, but they trail Southwind 34-13. Sort of unexpected for Arlington. They looked very powerful last week against a great opponent, but that's what happens in 6A football. Sometimes you're not the biggest giant. And Covington, of course, leading here 13-0. Dyersburg leading Millington 15-0 right now in the second quarter. Millington still looking for their first win on the season. Houston leading Bolton right now 41-0. That one's at halftime. Houston, the team that in the first game of the year we saw run all over Brighton. It was actually a close game until the fourth quarter, and then Houston ran away with it and made the scoreboard look really bad against Brighton. Houston only loss is to Germantown, and we know what a powerhouse they are this year. Dyer County right now leading the Ripley Tigers 22-15. That one's in the second quarter. And the other scores around the area, you've got a couple, I think, from Arkansas.
Yeah, absolutely. On the other side of the river, Jonesboro Hurricane getting beat right now by the Conway Wampus Cats 42-6. Gosnell is beating the Osceola Seminoles at half 22-14. Valley View and Rivercrest, the Colts of Rivercrest, leading 21-15 at the half. That's a bit of a surprise there. A 3A school facing a 5A school, and they're on the winning end of it right now. And the Newport Greyhounds and Greene County Tech, 26-8. Newport leads Greene County Tech in the second quarter. That too will be a big upset for the Greyhounds, a 3A school facing a 5A school.
Update on the Munford game. Munford and First Assembly Christian both have scored touchdowns, and now the game is 35-24 in Munford's favor, still in the third quarter in that one, just down the road from here in Munford. We will step aside here on the Tubetown Rivalry Series. When we come back, we'll have the second half of action between the Covington Chargers and the Brighton Cardinals.
We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay, sweetheart. It's gonna be okay, sweetheart.
Every 8 minutes, the American Red Cross provides a place to stay, financial assistance, and hope. Help now.
Stay in the game with the Ritter Communications Triple Play. Catch all the action with Ritter Digital TV. Tons of sports channels plus DVR to watch games on your schedule. Track your teams and check out video highlights with mega fast internet speeds up to 100 meg. Plus talk sports all you want with Ritter Phone with unlimited local and long distance calling. Get the winning combination. Call or visit RitterCommunications.com today for Ritter Triple Play.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter.
We'll welcome you back to Covington. Andy Manus and Chad Gatlin here with you as we get set to start the third quarter of action in tonight's matchup of the Tubetown Rivalry Series. The Covington Chargers, the Brighton Cardinals. Covington leading this one after the first two quarters, 13-0. It's been run, a little bit of pass, but mostly run for the Chargers, and it's resulted in two scores. Actually, their second score in the second quarter was a 10-yard touchdown pass from Brock Lomax to Ladarius Griggs. Keyshawn Gant was able to capitalize in that first quarter on a 3-yard touchdown run. They would miss one of their extra points. That's why it's 13-0. Low line drive kicked through the back of the end zone. You don't see a touchback too often in high school football, but they kicked that one all the way to the back pylon.
It was such a almost squib that the receiver was afraid he wasn't going to be able to handle it.
That thing was quick. I mean, went flying off of the foot of the kicker for the Cardinals.
Well, I believe it's Caleb Chambers.
We got some updated rosters during the halftime break, so hopefully not going to be missing anyone else's name out there and calling them. And
of course, I just did. I was wrong about that. That was not Caleb Chambers.
Lomax will bring the Chargers back out to start 1st and 10 from their own 20. Gant starting things off the right way, weaving his way in and out of defenders up the middle of the field. He was going left and right like a slalom.
And that's a quick 15-yard gain right out of the gate from Keyshawn Gant.
Watch the replay there as he, again, just bobs and weaves in and out of the defenders. Great pickup on first down for Keyshawn Gant. We'll see how much time the Chargers can eat up here in the third quarter. They ate up over 9 minutes of game time there in that second quarter. Gant taking the handoff up the middle, smothered at the line of scrimmage. He got swallowed up that time by big number 60, Spencer Cartwright. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Lomax taking his time in the huddle this time. And the Cardinals will again put 10 men in the box to try to stifle this run game of the Chargers. Page goes in motion. Handoff is fake to him, but it goes to Gant. Gant runs over the right side in between the tackle and guard and runs right into one of the linebackers for the Cardinals, and a great open field tackle that time for Brighton. Will bring up 3rd and manageable. But on the longer side, that was Jackson Fields on the tackle there.
That motion from Page, though, is what's throwing this Brighton defense off and making them allow those 3 to 4 yards. It takes them just a moment to adjust because they'll put Page in motion and end up handing it off to Gant. But they have to watch because sometimes Page gets the ball.
And Page is just as fast as Keyshawn Gant and can find those gaps as we've seen him do tonight. He might get that handoff here. No, it's going to be Benton Glass taking it on the triple option around the left side. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on the third down carry, bringing up 4th down. And we'll see if the Chargers want to punt it away as they're near midfield, right about the 42-yard line. And they've got some new, fresh personnel coming in, so it does appear that they're going to punt this one away. Aaron Alston will line up back at about the 25-yard line to see if he can field this punt and put the Cardinals in good field position for their first drive of the third quarter.
Gant keeps looking back at the sideline. I would watch here for some trickeration. Gant keeps looking like he's looking for a call.
4th and short. Let's see if they run it. Lomax, nope, gonna boot it away. Got a pretty good lick on it. It'll bounce at about the 30-yard line. Alston thought about taking a few steps forward and fielding that one, but he'll let it bounce and it will fall dead right at the 25-yard line. So here come the Cardinal offense back out onto the field for the first time in the third quarter. Only about 2.5 minutes taken off of the game clock here in the third quarter by the Chargers on their first drive of the second half. So from their own 25.
Another bad snap.
Chasing the football, neither one of them can get it. The Chargers fall on top of it. And West and Jackson both had an opportunity to field that bobbled snap. Neither one of them could fall on it. And how about this? The Chargers have got it 1st and goal. They fight for it there. West can't scoop it up. Couldn't tell what number that was that fell on top of it, but it was in purple and gold, no doubt about it. And with 5 seconds gone off the clock, the Cardinals turn it right back over.
And that's the 3rd bad snap we've seen on this Cardinal offense. We've seen a couple that looked like Malik Jackson didn't quite handle them. That one was just a terrible snap. Never quite got off the ground. Instead of falling on it, they tried to pick it up.
Lomax hands off to Gant. Gant running left, trying to work back right as he crosses the line of scrimmage. And he got pushed way backwards there. He ran right into a pile of white and black. So he's going to be pushed back, I think, a yard or 2 maybe. It'll be 2nd and goal regardless.
And you see that's what they're going to try to do here. Like I said before, when they get close like this, there's no reason with the success they're having on the ground to try to do anything crazy. Just try to give the ball to Gant or Page and let them go in the end zone.
Glass goes in motion, hand off to Gant. Gant running up the middle and again pushed backwards. And some of the Covington fans want a late hit there, but they're not going to get one. Driven backwards by DeRobert Curry. Take another look here. Ran right into... Well, Curry was on the back end of that. It was Cameron John who he ran into.
And you can also see on the play there, he just simply lost his footing. He wasn't pushed down by the defender.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. Gant will line up directly behind Lomax. This time Page is going to line up on the right end. Glass is lined up on the left. Winfrey lined up out wide. Lomax looking to throw into the end zone to Winfrey, and it is incomplete. Charger fans want a flag, but that looks pretty clean from up here. Both the defender and the wide receiver fighting for the football. Take another look. There's the play action. Lomax spins, throws.
And it was nicely set up, and it was nicely defended by Brighton there.
Yeah, great job. And I think that was Jackson Fields in there on the coverage. He was able to, you saw, stick his arm right where the football was and didn't give Winfrey a chance to catch it.
Touchdown saving move because it was right on the money, and he's able to stick his hand in there and knock it down. It's just a great defensive play.
They're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. Lomax with 2 backs in the backfield. Looking to throw again. Far side corner, one-handed catch off the mark. Glass can't haul it in. So a turnover on downs. Covington cannot capitalize, and he had a chance to Odell that one.
And that was
just a bit too tall.
Glass checked up on the route just a little bit early on that one, I think.
He had to turn around and try to find it.
It was well placed by Lomax. It was just not found quickly enough for Glass. He turned around, and when he did, he broke stride and wasn't under the ball.
Yeah, good play set up, just a missed opportunity. And we'll see if the Cardinals can get out of their own end zone now. And now a flag thrown by the head official, and he's indicating that this one's going to be backed up. So from the 6-yard line, that should place it at the 3 as it's half the distance.
So an illegal procedure, another undisciplined penalty. Brighton in this half shooting themselves in the foot. Not something they can afford to do down 13-0.
So we'll see if the Chargers can come up with a safety here. Hand off to West. West running to his left. Can't quite trap him in his own end zone, but he does not get very far on the first down carry. Brings up 2nd and what looks to be about 13. Under 8 minutes left to play here in the 3rd quarter. The Cardinals have got their play. As you can see, they all check their wrist at the same time. Very synchronized there. 3 wide receivers for Jackson. Another low snap. He's got to pick it up. He's going to run with it. Juke move at the line of scrimmage. He crosses the 10-yard line, gets down to what appears to be, I can't tell where they're going to spot this one actually.
Looks like about the 11.
The 12, yeah, 12 or 11, either one. But again, Jackson having to reach down and pick that one up off the grass, and by that time the play is busted. He just did the only thing he could with it, and that was run. So now 3rd and about, we'll say 6 or 7 left to go. Linebacker's going to back off for Covington. Jackson rolling out to his right. He's going to keep it himself with a full head of steam. Ran right into a couple of Covington defenders, and that was all he could do with it. Great defense that time by the Chargers. I think you saw the linebackers again at the beginning of that pull off like they knew what play was coming, and looked like they sniffed that one out from the get-go.
Another bad situation for Brighton as they got to punt standing at their own end zone. Covington's going to have great field position once again with another chance to score.
Now Lomax is back deep to return this one, standing at the Brighton 45-yard line. Punt is away. Lomax has got room to field this one, but the special teams unit for the Cardinals gets down there pretty quickly.
It's a smart play by Lomax. For one, you're the quarterback.
Absolutely.
You can't afford to take a hit like that. And 2, you're already on your side of the field. There's no need to take risks. You're up by 13. You're getting the ball in great field position.
Taking it from the Brighton 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Lomax heads to the huddle with the play. Coach Robin Jacobs not happy about where his team's at here with 6:10 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Winfrey lines up here on the near side. Glass will go in motion for the Chargers. Spin and a handoff to Page. Page with a stutter step in the backfield, ran right into the waiting arms of a defender, and he was saved by the whistle because he was about to get driven into the turf by Bailey Howard. Howard had him up on one leg, getting ready to lay the smack down.
That's actually, Howard's going to get a tackle for loss on that one. They're going to give him a loss of 1.
Page had to slow up just a little bit, trying to find a gap to run through, and by the time he had found it, Howard had filled it up. So 2nd and 11 coming up. Winfrey on the far side this time. Glass here on the near side. And able to draw the Cardinals off sides once again. Brock Lomax with the hard count, and I think that was Nick Chamberlain who was drawn off sides that time for the Cardinals. Take another look, and right there it was Chamberlain. And
just lack of discipline here. The hard count is hard to not jump, but when you're in Brighton's situation right here, you've got to be more disciplined than that.
Just trying to get a push off the line, especially with the way this offensive line has handled business tonight for the Chargers. Here's a handoff to Page running to his right. He's got, had a one blocker out ahead of him, and I think that might have been a touchdown saving tackle, because if he had broken that one, he had a blocker ahead, and that was it.
And that's going to be enough for the first down. They're going to move those chains.
Credit Hunter Twisdale there. Again, if Twisdale does not get a hand on Page, it looked like the way was paved for Page by Tucker Chumley. Second time we've called him out tonight for some excellent blocking. Number 62 there for the Chargers. Handoff goes to Gant this time. Gant following his blockers up the middle between the tackle and the guard. In between the hash marks, he's going to get down to about the 28-yard line, very near the first down marker. Might have enough to move the chains, but it appears he's going to be a couple of yards short. That'll bring up 2nd and 2 with 4:25 left to play in the third quarter.
That's Gant's 17th carry on the night already.
He and Page have been the workhorses tonight for the Chargers. Lomax with both of them in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Gant. Gant with a full head of steam. He's across the 20, the 15, and tackled by his shoestrings as he nears the 10-yard line. They'll spot him down at about the 11, maybe the 12, but he moves the chains. A new set of downs for the Chargers. Another big run by Keyshawn Gant. Watch him how he's just so low to the ground. It reminds me very much of Trendon Holiday, especially in the purple and gold uniforms, if you remember him at LSU at all. Very, very speedy. A little bit of a wishbone backfield right now for Lomax. Hand off to Page. They've got a convoy headed down the far sideline. A couple of people left to beat for the Chargers. Let's
Lomax
see if they
is
can
going to
get
be
it.
the only one to beat.
Then at the 15, Winfrey trying to drag him down, and he does just at the 5-yard line. And how about that return by Keontae Newsome? Following his blockers all the way down the far sideline, cutting it back to the middle of the field. And how about the hustle from Tyrese Winfrey? You saw Winfrey come in at the end of that play. He was lined up. He probably had to run from the Covington end zone all that way. There you see 24 sprinting by the camera.
Lomax is going to be the only one to
Great
beat.
awareness by Newsome to change direction, and almost got Winfrey with the stiff arm there at the end of that.
Newsome.
Oh, another low snap. West is going to pick it up.
Oh, this is, wow. What do you say about that when you get an opportunity like they have, and that's what happens on the first play out of the gate? A huge loss.
That was probably, what, a loss of 15, 20 yards, maybe more.
Looks like a loss of
That was right at 20.
19, yeah, is what they're going to mark it, a loss of 19 yards there.
They were lined up at the 6. They've got it all the way back at the 26 now. Unbelievable turn of events. 2nd and a mile to go for the Brighton Cardinals. Malik Jackson probably frustrated as all get out now. Gets the ball cleanly this time, looking to throw. Double move down the field, and oh my goodness. Oh, that is a big-time missed opportunity by the Cardinals. What a move by Aaron Alston. Alston cuts back to the side, or went out to the sideline and cut back to the middle of the field, a little in and out route, and he had the defense completely fooled. I saw it before Jackson let the ball fly, and Jackson is, and you can see him squatted down right now over there on the far sideline. He is frustrated. A big-time missed opportunity.
Aaron Alston wide open. Jackson, although it looked to me like Alston checked up on the route a little bit.
Another low snap. Jackson has to field it off the turf, swallowed up in the backfield. Only got maybe a yard or two. Covington pumped, and now I think they're going to get flagged for excessive celebration. And that may be an automatic first down.
And we'll see what the penalty is here, but it definitely looks like it went against Covington.
No.
No, it is. I don't know what that call was, but it was against Brighton. And so they'll have a 4th down here, and they'll just need some more expert punting to place it inside the 10.
Unbelievable. And if you're Keontae Newsome right now, you're feeling a little bit sick. Your offense kind of let you down like that. You make a great play on defense, able to take it back almost to the house. And now your special teams unit out on the field. No,
they'll
now the
go for
offense out on the field for 4th and long coming up.
4th and goal from the 30. and now a false start penalty will bring it back and make it first and goal from the 35, fourth and goal rather, excuse me, from the 35. Fourth and goal from the 35, and I think now they'll punt.
Cardinals they are looking like they're beginning to lose their composure a little bit here.
You can't fall apart in a game when you're only down 13-0 in the third quarter, Andy, but that seems like exactly what they're doing. Malik Jackson not able to handle the snap every other time, it seems like now.
Not going to punt it away. They're going to go for it. Fourth and goal. They're just going to Hail Mary down the field. Caught at the 15. Oh, a big time hit laid on Lance West. And I think that was Brayshawn Dyson on the hit there. Take a look at the end of this play. Jackson with his composure. One of the best throws we've seen him make all night. There's Lance West. And there's a big time hit right there.
Boy.
By Brayshawn Dyson.
When someone says lay the wood, that's exactly what they mean right there. And it is it's a 24-yard pass there, completed to West by Jackson. But, and it's probably about as good as they would have gotten from a punt, and I'm sure that's what the thinking was from Coach Jacobs.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That worked just as well as a punt would have, so that's not really a bad strategy there by the Cardinals. 1:27 left to play here in the third. We'll see if the Chargers can tack on some more points here, starting on their own 12-yard line. And they are jacked up right now, trying to avenge last year's 31-13 loss. Winfrey lined up on the far side. Lomax will hand it off up the middle to Gant. Gant bursts through the middle. He's at the 35, the 40, cuts back to the middle of the field at the hash marks. He's at the 45-yard line, and a huge gain on the ground, about 37 yards that time for Keyshawn Gant. Starting on their own 12, working out here to the 45. He had Aaron Alston left to beat. Alston did a good job of containing him there and letting the rest of the defense catch up.
What a run by Gant. He breaks it free, gets another good block, and this Covington offensive line firing on all cylinders right now, opening up holes, and Brighton struggling to find an answer for this Charger team.
Winfrey lined up on the far side. They'll hand off to Page this time, running to his left. He's through the tackles. Dropped at the 50-yard line.
Page picks up another 5. They just keep moving the ball and keep running the clock, and that's Covington's game. They got one more play here in this quarter. Haven't been able to put another score on the board yet, but Brighton has had a couple of opportunities blown.
Well, they've had it for about 6.5 minutes, roughly, here in this third quarter alone. Again, go back to that second quarter. They held the ball for roughly 9 minutes. So they definitely like to eat up game clock, and they're doing it here, as Chad just mentioned. 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Final play before we head to the fourth. 2nd and 5 coming up. Hand off to Gant. Gant will be met at the line of scrimmage, and he will pick up maybe a yard, but again, final play of the third quarter. We're headed to the fourth, and the Covington Chargers have all the momentum right now. They lead this one over the Brighton Cardinals, 13-0.
My late friend James Gandolfini and I got to know a lot of combat vets over the years when we were in Iraq and in Afghanistan. And it guts me to know that 22 of you are taking your own lives every day. Yeah, I play tough guys in the movies, but yous are the real tough guys. And the toughest thing to do sometimes is look for help. I want you to know, reaching out is an act of strength. And our friends at Wounded Warrior Project are here to help. You don't have to go it alone.
Andy Manus and Chad Gatlin back here with you on the Tubetown Rivalry Series, getting set to start the fourth quarter between Covington and Brighton. Covington leading this one 13-0, and they have done an excellent job of mixing it up tonight. 1 touchdown on the ground, 1 touchdown through the air. Keyshawn Gant from 3 yards out in the first quarter, and then a 10-yard pass from Brock Lomax to Ladarius Griggs to begin the second quarter. Couple of turnovers in favor of the Chargers. They've turned the ball over themselves, but Couple of miscues from the Brighton offense has kept them out of the end zone tonight. Got it all the way down to the Covington 6-yard line and could not score. In fact, had a 4th and goal from the 35.
A botched exchange between the center and Malik Jackson caused them to lose about 30 yards on a messed up snap, and that West had to pick up and try to do something with.
3rd and 4 coming up here for the Chargers offense. Handoff up the middle for Gant. Gant pushed backwards, trying to find some second momentum, and they just pick him up. Wow. And show of strength he can I mean, that's how you keep a player from churning his legs. They stopped when the whistle was blown. The Charger fans want a late hit there, but watch here at the end of this play. He's just picked up off of the ground by three Cardinals there. Big Cameron John said, no, you're not running anymore.
Forward progress will actually give him a yard on that one, but the Covington fans didn't like him being picked up and carried, but
it would take 2 Keyshawn Gants to equal 1 Cameron John. And
I guarantee that.
4th and 2 coming up as the Chargers want to go for it here at midfield, but they are going to take their first timeout of the second half. That comes with 11-17 left to play in the 4th quarter, and we're going to take a quick timeout with them. We're back with more 4th quarter action as Covington leads Brighton 13-0.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Chad Gatlin back here with you, where the Covington Chargers have just taken their first timeout of the second half. They lead this one as we start the 4th quarter, 13-0.
And just got a score in, another update from Munford down the road. They lead FACS 56-37 now with 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter in that one.
Some more scores coming from across the river over in Arkansas. Brooklyn is beating Corning at the half, 28-22. Earl beating Cedar Ridge 24-22 in the 3rd. Benton Glass taking this one between the left tackle and the left guard on 4th down. He's able to pick up first down yardage, crossing the 45 down to the 43. Again, moving the chains for yet another Charger first down, and they're well into Charger territory, well into Cardinal territory.
Glass, a little bit of height there. Brings to it, and he doesn't get the ball often. That's only his 4th carry of the game, but when he does, it's positive yards.
He carries almost 200 pounds on his frame, and he uses all of it when he gets that football. They use him like a fullback. Play action, Lomax rolling out to his right. Fires it. No, keeps it himself. I thought he threw it down the field. Instead, he sprints down the far sideline. He faked me out with a pump fake.
And now it looks like he will pick up 15 yards on that run.
He faked me out of my shoes. I saw him pump fake it and thought he fired it down the far sideline. Instead, he does pick up another first down, moving it even farther into Cardinal territory. Now down to the 32-yard line. That's very versatile Brock Lomax, the junior quarterback for the Chargers. He can throw it, he can run it. He's done a great job of running this option game tonight between the two backs. Now it's going to be Keyshawn Gant getting it. He's dropped right at the 30-yard line. When you look at some of these Cardinal players out there on defense, like big Cameron John, number 89, and look at big number 64 out there, Jonathan Maley, rather.
Alex Ballou, 6'5", 270. Cameron John, 6'4", 215.
These are some big guys out there for the Cardinals, and they're having a hard time. Maybe it's because of the size and speed of Keyshawn Gant and Cordarius Page. Both of them very on the smaller side for running backs. So maybe they're just having a hard time finding them amongst the tackles.
The penalty will move this one forward and give another first down to the Chargers, because they're able to get another encroachment.
Moves it down About 2 minutes gone by here in this fourth quarter. Still a lot of football left to play. Cardinals can't give up a touchdown here. Gant running up the middle between the left tackle and left guard. I think I saw a flag come flying out at the end of that play, as Gant is able to pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards on the ground.
See what the flag's for here.
It came out right at the end of that run, right where the tackle occurred. So you wonder if it's going to be face mask or something along those lines. One of the Cardinals is indicating that it's against the Chargers. The two officials still discussing it between the huddles.
All the players trying to hear what the penalty is. It will be against the Cardinals.
Look at the replay here. There's the run. And again, it happened right there in front of the official, and he threw the flag as soon as the tackle occurred. So it had to have been something along face mask or not sure, but either way, first and goal coming up for Covington. And they have scored 2 out of the 3 times that they've been down there tonight. This will be the 4th. Hand off to Gant. Gant running to his left. Did he get in?
And it looks like he's going to be stopped short about the 1.5 yard line.
Take another look on the replay here. Gant right into the middle, met by the linebacker, and oh, good job by the defense there for Brighton, pushing back Gant.
Gant's carried the ball 24 times tonight. Definitely the workhorse for this Covington team.
We'll see if they spell him here with Cordarius Page. He's lined up on the left side. Glass lined up on the right. Gant lined up in the backfield. 2nd and goal coming up. Lomax, I think, kept it himself. Gant got behind it and pushed the pile forward, and Lomax will score yet another touchdown for the Covington Chargers. Lomax is 2nd of the night. He's got one on the ground and through the air now. A little quarterback keeper. Getting some help there from little Keyshawn Gant, number 3, coming in to push the pile. Got some help from Ethan McDivitt in there at right tackle as well.
Ethan McDivitt, a 6'2", 275-pound tackle, and he is a load in there. And he is the one, if you remember back to week 1, Brock Lomax sprung free in that game. They lost to Mumford, but Brock Lomax sprung free for a 70-yard touchdown run. Ethan McDivitt was the one that sprung him free. He is definitely somebody to watch on this Covington offensive line. We probably don't talk enough about those guys in the trenches.
Gant going for 2 here, and a big-time tackle
going to be helmet
by
to helmet.
Robert Curry, and you saw both of the helmets snap backwards when they hit each other. And as Chad mentioned, more than likely this one is going to be targeting. No, they're going to say holding.
They're going to call holding, and then Covington's going to decline the penalty, which...
There was the holding call. Big time hit there by Robert Curry. It's not the first time we've called his name tonight.
And I can't understand why, if there was a defensive holding, that the penalty was declined.
Not sure either, but I think that that run was a little bit more on Keyshawn Gant. That helmet-to-helmet contact looked like Gant was leading with his helmet there. But again, very bang-bang play. 2 points, no good. Not sure why it was declined. The penalty called on Brighton there, but with 8:55 left to play here in the fourth quarter, your score 19-0. And we'll see where rather, they want to kick this one off. A deep kick. Austin will take it at the 15 as he backpedals. Back up across the 20, dodges one defender, but can't dodge the second, and is dropped at the 25-yard line.
Austin's first chance to return one, really. And he gets a decent return, but they're definitely looking for more.
So 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Time is running out for the Brighton Cardinals, and their backs are without a doubt to the wall, trailing 19-0.
And at this point, you want to take this drive. You got to try to air it out and get out of bounds. And then if you can't do that, if you can't do it this time, Andy, it's probably over for the Brighton Cardinals.
Especially with the way that Covington can run game clock. Jackson rolling to his left, looking to throw. Down the far sideline, can't thread the needle as he was looking to hit his intended receiver, Nick Chamberlain, on the far side. Threw it kind of low and kind of had to, as Chamberlain wasn't exactly wide open over there.
I know they've got a lot of these outside running plays to give Jackson the option to break out of the pocket and run if he has a lane, but they may want to consider keeping him in the pocket and just trying to spring receivers open right now.
Running to his right, now he's running to his left. Jackson looking for somebody to throw to, got a man at the 40, and a jumping catch and grab. That was incredible. Was that Lance West?
That was Lance West
on the reception there. Watch this athletic, acrobatic catch that he makes. Jackson scrambling in the backfield. Has to go up tall to get that one in.
Talk about bailing your quarterback out, really. He found an open spot in the field and got there and allowed Malik Jackson to throw the ball to him.
1st and 10 now from almost midfield. Backpedaling, fires over the middle, diving, it's picked off right at the 50-yard line. Great awareness there by the Covington Chargers, and Andrew Scott coming up with a pick, possibly sealing this football game.
You'll see here Jackson drops back, and he's got a man. It's a little high. That should have been a catch, though. Mishandled by the receiver. That was Lance West once again. He just mishandled, let it hit his helmet. Tipped up, and the man on the spot, Andrew Scott.
And that is a tough break for Lance West, making an acrobatic, exciting catch like that, and the very next play having it bounce off your face mask and into the hands of the defensive back. So now 8:15 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Covington can kind of start salting this one away. Hand off to Gant. Gant will work his way between the left tackle and left guard and squirm out to about the 45-yard line, picking up about 4 yards on the carry, bringing up 2nd and 6. Again, they were able to hang on to the football for about 9 minutes there in the 2nd quarter and have held on to it for a big chunk here in the 2nd half as well. See if they can maybe find the end zone one more time, though, before the end of the game, and I'm sure that's what they're thinking as well against one of their rivals here. Delayed handoff to Page. Page with a stutter step. He crosses the 40-yard line to Keyshawn Gann, as you can see here on the replay. A little misdirection. Cuts back to his left. There's the stutter step.
Absolutely, and Page now with 91 yards on the ground on 15 carries.
Pretty good little average there for Cordarius Page. Again, between himself and Keyshawn Gann, and then throw in Benton Glass as well. It had a great running attack here tonight. Handoff goes to Page once again, right up the gut. Across the 30-yard line down to about the 27. I think they'll actually back him up to the 29. He's able to pick up about 7 yards there from 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 3. Clock continues to run. Now we're down inside of 6:45 as Gant looks like he's got the play. He's going to relay it to the huddle here. Actually, Lomax getting the play here.
Well, they do a lot of misdirection on that sideline. All of the coaches are calling signals, so you don't know where they're coming from.
Winfrey will line up here on the near side. Robert Curry will guard him. Glass goes in motion. Delayed handoff to Cordarius Page again. In between the left tackle, left guard. Big pickup on the ground again for Cordarius Page as he crosses the 25 down to about the 23. Moving the chains, 1st and 10 coming up again for the Chargers.
And that'll put him over the century mark. Gant already past the century mark.
Chargers have had 4 trips to the red zone tonight. They're close to a 5th. They scored 3 out of 4 times. The only time they haven't is when they gave it up. Turnover on downs back in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the 23. Gant taking it, running to the right. Can't find any space over between the tackle and the guard. The gap closed up too quickly that time.
Still, he picks up about 4 yards, and they keep the clock moving.
2nd and 6 coming up. That Charger offensive line is getting such a push that by the time the tackle is made, it doesn't look like they've picked up any yards because of where all the bodies are. But
I know.
They are absolutely pushing the defensive line tonight. And again, you look at the size of the defensive line, but heck, look at the members of the O-line for the Chargers. 2nd down coming up, spinning. Glass taking the handoff, running to the left. Misdirection worked. He's across the 15, down to about the 10, but I think a flag came flying out, and it's dropped back at about the 15-yard line. So this one could be holding. Benton Glass picking up 1st down yardage there, enough to move the sticks inside of the red zone. But this one looks like it might be called back here, and it is a holding call against the Chargers. So
absolutely. So a 12-yard gain there by Glass negated.
Here's the replay of that. And absolutely, yep, there was the hold by big number 70, Ethan McDivitt. Had the body of his defensive man turned, and once they are turned sideways, you're supposed to release them. So now 2nd and 12 coming up. 4:45 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Run off to the right side for Quentin Booker. His first touch of the ball game, and he's down to right about where the penalty flag was thrown at about the 15-yard line. So still about 2 yards left to go before they get a 1st down. Chargers took over possession with 8:15 left to play here in the 4th, now inside of 4:15. So again, eating up quite a bit of clock here on this possession.
Quentin Booker got his first carry of the night with that one. We usually see a little bit more out of Booker carrying the ball.
He's out there in the backfield. Looks like he's spelling Cordarius Page, perhaps. Hand off to Gant. Gant running up the middle. Big hole. He's going to score again. His 2nd touchdown of the night. Keyshawn Gant. This one coming from 15 yards out. And this one is going to be all she wrote with 3:48 remaining. There you can see the offensive line opened up a huge gap for him to run through. Nobody touched him on his way to the end zone, and another 6 points for this Chargers offense.
Keyshawn Gant, the powerhouse, workhorse running back for this Covington Chargers team. 28 carries tonight for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. The game's not over.
Still 3:48 left to work with, but we could have seen the last of Keyshawn Gant on that run, as it is now 25-0. Extra point is up, and that one is good. So make it 26-0. 2 touchdowns here in the 4th quarter on the ground for the Covington Chargers. This time it's Keyshawn Gant from 15 yards out. His Chargers lead 26-0 over the Brighton Cardinals.
From Iraq and Afghanistan, our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
.348 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Covington kicking off after scoring on a 15-yard touchdown rush from Keyshawn Gant Alston taking this kickoff down the near sideline. He's at the 35, the 40, the 45, driven out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. Aaron Alston with a heck of a return there. He's going to need a lot more than that as his Brighton Cardinals trail 26-0. Take another look at the replay. That's some of the best running we've seen all night from Aaron Alston. Most room he's had all night.
Absolutely. He shakes a couple of tackles there, but then he gets some open space, and you really see how he can start to burn, but a good angle making the tackle.
Quarterback for the Cardinals now fires one on a slant pattern to Aaron Alston, caught at the 45-yard line. So Nick Johnson in at quarterback for the Brighton Cardinals. Second and 4 coming up. Johnson looking to throw again. Fires over the middle for Alston. Caught at the 45 down to the 40. Diving close to the 35-yard line. They'll spot him at what looks to be about the 36, but a flag also came flying out late at the end of that play. 3:07 left to play in the...
It almost had to be against Covington. It was in open space, just the receiver and the defender.
Be from the spot of the foul, so that's going to be a holding penalty. Should still be first down, but...
They're going to say Alston was holding the defender there, but how you can call that but it not be defensive pass interference, I don't know.
It'll be 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Johnson looking to throw again. Pump fake. Over the middle, great defense played by Quentin Booker. And I beg your pardon, that's actually Parker McCubbin on the defense there. Watch him punch the ball out. Great little pump fake there by Johnson. Had a man, but right there at the last second, punched out by McCubbin.
I'll tell you what, it was a little bit of a high throw by Johnson, but so far I'm impressed by what we're seeing with this young man. And
throws it, caught at the 45-yard line by West. Slung by one of the Chargers, and actually don't have him on our roster. Number 5 out there.
That was another on-the-money pass from Johnson.
It is, and I'm impressed with what I'm seeing out of him, too. I mean, we've seen him throw the ball every time. He has snapped it so far, but hasn't had a bad throw yet.
We don't have him anywhere on our original roster. We just got him on our late roster.
Looking to roll out here on 4th down. Throws it deep down the field. Incomplete over the head of his intended receiver, and that should be a turnover on downs. It will be. The Covington offense will come back out and probably wrap this one up with 2:18 left to play here in the 4th quarter. And I would like to see a little bit more of Nick Johnson.
I'm telling you, he's looking good out there. Of course, uncharacteristically poor game for Malik Jackson tonight. He's not in danger of losing his job by any means, but you do get a glimpse at the future of Brighton here.
Well, and you wonder if there's some sort of miscommunication going on between Jackson and his center. Because several times tonight, Jackson had to bend down and pick it up off the turf and just run with it.
There's definitely something going on there that they're going to have to work out in practice. They're going to have to do a lot of snaps this week, I can promise you that.
Tommy Flanagan in at center. He'll be handing off to Lomax. Lomax hands it off to Page. Page running to his left, following his blockers, gets down to near the 50-yard line. I think they'll spot him at about the 49, just shy of midfield on the near hash mark. 2:03 left to play here in the ball game.
Munford score coming in right now. They just blew that game wide open against FACS. They win the game 70-43, Andy.
Oh my goodness, 70 points for Munford. That would have been an exciting game to be at, no doubt about it.
If you're a Munford fan.
If you're a Munford fan, yeah, not if you're on the other side of that scoreboard, no doubt. That's borderline basketball score right there.
I'm sure there have been occasions where the Munford basketball team didn't score that much.
2nd and 6 coming up. 1:22, handoff goes to Gant. Gant hurdles at the line of scrimmage, still on his feet as he breaks into the second level, down at about the 30, we'll say the 36-yard line. Moving the chains, stopping the clock. 1st and 10 coming up for the Chargers with a $1:16 left to play in this.
$1:49 on the ground.
Let the clock tick. And that will do it. The Covington Chargers come in tonight, defend their home turf,